Hello, my beautiful friends. I am super excited to come with you, or to come to you today with a beautiful video about understanding how the chakras work and how to work with them and how to strengthen them. And the chakras are a energy system that goes through the center of your body, down through your sternum, your genitals, and then up through the crown of your head. And there's other chakras too. We have chakras in our hands, we have chakras in our feet, but our main chakra system are these ones moving through the center of our body. So those are the ones we're going to focus on today. And the really beautiful, incredible thing about understanding your chakras is not only can you give yourself more energy, more confidence, more love, help your energy to flow better, but you can also, each chakra has a theme, has topics, has emotions. And so with working with the chakras, you can connect with the universe more. You can connect with psychic abilities more. You can connect and flow into your creativity, speak your truth more, connect with your heart and love more. You can feel safer. You can ground into the universe. You can let go of caring other people, feel into your own energy system. All of these really incredible things. And so there's kind of two different ways to work with the chakras. One, because they're physically in your body, you can feel into where do I feel a physical sensation? And then by understanding what each chakra is and what it's doing, what emotions and themes it's working with, you can be like, oh, I feel something here, and it's a tightness in my stomach, chest area. And because I know what chakra that is and what themes that has, I can then look at that part of my life. Oh, do I feel unsafe in some way? And looking at that and working with that and healing that. So the first way is to physically feel it. The second way is you can understand the topic. And so you can be like, I really feel like I'm not expressing myself in my truest form. I'm not letting myself be creative and uniquely myself. And so then I can know which chakra that is, and I can literally sit with that chakra and do these healing practices that I'm going to talk about to then step into your power, step into your voice, step into your creativity, and share that with the world. Because everybody wants your unique beauty. Even if you don't know it and don't feel that, I swear the world needs it and wants it. So let's go through the chakras in order. I will name what they do, their color, their name, and then their emotions and topics that work with them. A lot of different people also talk about helping to heal the chakras. You can use crystals and oils. I don't specifically use crystals and oils. It's totally intuitively up to you. And each person that talks about what crystals and oils to use, they are just telling you what intuitively works for them. People will say different crystals, people will say different oils. So my suggestion for you is that if you want to integrate crystals and oils into your chakra system, into working with your chakras and healing them, genuinely just feel into yourself as to which ones call for what. A lot of the time, each chakra has a color, and so you could pick a crystal of that color to help work with that chakra, cleanse that chakra. And the same thing with an oil, say lavender oil is purple, you could use that for the third eye because it's purple. But again, all psychic mediums, people with this type of knowledge are going to tell you just their version of crystals and oils that work for them. And everybody is different. Everybody is drawn to different crystals and oils. So please don't feel like you're missing out on information. Really what it is that it's just intuitively you choose which one calls to you. And if you need guidance, think of the color that the chakra is and then narrow it down to what color those crystals or those oils are and pick something that feels good. Or if, for the example, the root chakra, our bottom chakra is about grounding into the earth, feeling our physical energetic weight and being a part of the human realm, the 3D, the density. And so if there's an oil that makes you feel really grounded, like frankincense, Palo Santo, something that's earthy and smells like wood, then do that. go with the oil that gives you the same feeling that the chakra is about. Okay, so that's my little tidbit, my little side note on chakras for oils and crystals. So going through each chakra, I'm going to kind of, again, I'll explain what they do, their color, their emotion, and their topics, and then I will go through my suggestions and steps of practice of how you can work with them. And we'll kind of intermix these information as we go. So let's start from the bottom. Our bottom chakra, our lowest chakra, which is in our sternum, in our genitals, down like by our butt, all the good things, is our root chakra. And our root chakra is red. And what our root chakra does is it literally grounds us into the earth, into the present moment. If you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, you can work with this chakra. And how I would do it is that, like, usually I don't really feel this chakra unless I'm disconnected from it, unless the energy isn't flowing to it. And how that manifests is feeling really ungrounded, shaky, anxious, worried, like maybe I can't breathe, a little panicky, or maybe I feel really floaty. I'm like in another place or world and I'm like not present in the moment. Maybe I'm running around like I'm go, 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 go. And it feels like the world is flying by me and I just can't breathe. I can't become into the present moment and enjoy it. That's usually when I know I need to work with my root chakra. And the way I would do this is really simple. For each chakra, whenever you want to work with them, the key is just to give them presence, just to send your attention to that chakra. That's like literally it. Like that is the most profound piece of healing advice, I swear, because by bringing your attention and presence into that chakra and feeling it and breathing into it and sending it love, what is happening is you are moving the energy of that chakra and you're starting to strengthen that chakra and build that chakra. And what happens if we're not sending attention and presence, if we're not spending time with a chakra, then we are starting to clog it. It's starting to get heavy and shadowy and dark and clogged. And then what happens is we start to feel the effects of that chakra's energy not moving. For example, my throat chakra, if I don't give it attention and love that it calls for, I used to smoke a bunch of weed. I used to try to numb it. I was trying to numb my self-expression and my creativity. And so I would do things that like I didn't realize I was literally affecting negatively my chakra. And so understanding and just giving it presence and love, you're literally starting to move the energy again without having to actually think about moving the energy. And so spending time with it is the most healing thing that you can do. And you can work with what comes up. Maybe like if I'm spending time with my root chakra, I'm feeling really ungrounded, I'm feeling really go, go, go and anxious. And I just start to send it presence and love. Maybe I start to like, the thing that pulses up in me is I'm like, oh, I've got so much to do. And I'm like, interesting. I can't sit here. I have too much to do. And like, that's something that's coming up with the root chakra. So then maybe I would spend some time to journal, share with somebody, do some affirmations. Like my favorite tool to work with the chakra, because it's so quick, is an affirmation. So whatever I feel come up in me, especially in my mind or like emotions, when I'm trying to work with the chakra, I will then try to do an affirmation for that. So say I'm working with my root chakra, I feel really ungrounded, really go, go, go. And then all of a sudden this thought comes up of like, I don't have time for this. I have so much to do and I need to go, go, go. I can't sit in the moment. I don't have time to ground myself, which is like one of the most rewarding things to do. At least that's how I feel. And so then what I would do is I would take an affirmation and I would be like, time is expansive. I can expand time. Time is an illusion. I have all the time in the world. Time is not moving quickly. Time is moving slow. I am worthy of grounding myself. Like I come into the present moment. I listen to the sounds around me to help ground myself. All of these different affirmations, whatever works for you, can then help to make the energy flow through them. Another practice you can do with moving the energy, bringing your root chakra more alive, have better flow, is you can actually physically feel, like try to feel your energy grounding into the earth, grounding into the trees around you, into the earth, and just like becoming one with the earth. And like you feel time slow down and you come into the moment. And it's so healing to come into the present moment. Honestly, coming into the now will transmute any and all problem you've ever had in your entire life. That is like my favorite healing secret, is just you come into the present moment, everything else, all your worries and stresses and anxieties float away. And you're like, wow, life's actually beautiful. That's right. This feels so nice. That is one of the things I have to do constantly. And another way to work with your root chakra is to listen. You want to ground yourself, right? The root chakra is about grounding ourselves, about coming into the moment. And so you can genuinely try to like open your ears and like listen to what sounds are around you. Birds chirping, cars, traffic, airplanes, nothing, anything, fans. Whatever is happening in that moment can ground you into the present moment and just be like, what a breath of fresh air. And so our second chakra is our sacral chakra, and that one's kind of like in our stomach. It can be a lot to do with the womb, the stomach. And our sacral chakra, which is orange, is a lot to do with the people that we carry in our life. The way that I like to look at the sacral chakra, is almost like a bubble, like a open, like a hollow circle, sphere, bubble, crystal, whatever you need. And what happens is what we slowly put people in there. We're like, oh, I need to take care of my mom, and I need to love my boyfriend, and I need to call my sister, and I need to do this thing for work. And it's like we start to put all these people in our sacral chakra. It's like where we carry ourself or other people. Again, the womb, the stomach area. And so if we feel like we're really struggling with people pleasing, or we're trying to take on the weight of the world, or we're trying to heal everybody else and take care of everybody else, we will a lot of the times you will collect weight around your stomach. Maybe you will overeat to try to numb that chakra. Maybe if you are a woman, you will have really intense PMS cramps because there's so much going on in your womb space. So if you're having those symptoms, then taking a look at our sacral chakra can be really transformational and healing here. And so what I love to do to work with my sacral chakra is, again, just sending it love and presence. Like, oh, you're doing so good. Visualize the energy moving and opening. Usually the first thing I always do with this chakra, though, is I try to take anybody out of there that I'm carrying, and I send them back with love and gratitude. Always with love and gratitude. It's like, you don't know why they're there. You don't know if you put them there. They put themselves there. It doesn't matter. But we always want to send things back with love and gratitude, and not with resentment or heavy feelings. So I try to take people out, and I keep just pulling people out. I like to use my hands. I don't know why. I'm sure you can tell I talk a lot with my hands, so it helps me. So I like to send them back with love and gratitude. And sometimes I'll visualize. I'm like, oh, that's my brother. And I'll just keep seeing people, and I keep going until I feel like it's empty. And then once I feel like it's empty, again, helps me with my hands. I put my hands over my stomach, and I just send this chakra presence and love and gratitude. A really interesting note that I made earlier too is that your hands have chakras. So a really beautiful way to work with the chakras in your body is to use your hands, literally, because they're energy sources as well. So that is the sacral chakra, my tips for the sacral chakra. And then for your solar plexus, which is right about here, it is, some people feel it a little bit lower. It's, again, everybody's body is built differently. It's intuitively where does it feel like it is in this general area to you? It is yellow, and solar plexus has a lot to do with our safety. It's our manifestations. These three chakras, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakra, are all our human chakras. They're more about the 3D, the density, earth, like literally our life as humans. And then the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra, these top three chakras are all about divinity, spirituality, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. Those are like our more divine chakras. And then our heart chakra is the bridge between the two, which is what a beautiful metaphor, right? The heart chakra is bridging our human self with our divine self. And so you'll notice that the themes of these three chakras are very much more having to do with like human stuff, like literally grounding into the earth. Who do we carry? Who do we try to take care of around us? And then how do we materially feel safe in our life? And how do we manifest? So this one I get a lot of anxiety here. Like if I feel anxiety or stress or unsafe or worry, I usually literally feel like a tightness here. And it can happen because of, again, usually more like 3D dense things. So when I say 3D, I mean the third dimension, the human plane. And that can be like money, finances, security, material goods. Like I have to make it to this work meeting at this time. Like, does this person like me? That's usually more in the sacral chakra. But yes, and the other thing that's beautiful about the solar plexus is that this is our spot of manifestation. So the more that we work with this chakra, the more that we breathe into it and spend time with it and love with it and strengthen the energy in it, the easier it is for us to manifest what we want. It's kind of has two sides of the chakra. One is like worrying about safety. It's all about safety. So it's like one end of it is like, if you feel a lack, then it's going to manifest as tightness and anxiety here. And also you totally have the ability to call in abundance with this chakra and make the sky the limit. Like who needs goals? Just trust the universe and manifest whatever is best for you in this moment, in this chakra. And so again, like because our chakras, our body gives us physical sensations, if you feel tightness here, it's usually you're like, oh, okay, there's something that I feel unsafe about. Maybe I'm worried about money. Maybe I'm having anxiety or stress. Or you're like, I'm so worried. I have so much anxiety and stress. Then that can also be like, okay, I can fix this by working with my solar plexus chakra. And so again, we want to send it, just give it presence, like just feel it. Just feel it. Ooh, it's tight. There's a lot going on there. Now just breathe into it, sending it presence and breathing into it until you kind of feel that feeling dissipate and fade out. Also, if you're trying to manifest something like, oh, I want to call in abundance or my wildest dreams or love or protection or divinity, whatever you'd like, you can imagine this big, beautiful, glowing yellow ball, golden ball. Again, the solar plexus is like a yellow gold. You can imagine this big, glowing source of energy like the sun here, and you can kind of imagine and feel it like expanding and sending its beautiful golden yellow light all through your body as you're then putting out your manifestation into the world. And so you can literally try to send your manifestation through your solar plexus to enhance it, because that is our place of manifestation. Okay, our next chakra, our bridge chakra, like I talked about before, is our heart chakra. The heart chakra is green. And the heart chakra, I guess, can be a little self-explanatory. It's about love. It's about self-love, feeling worthy of love, loving other people, receiving other people's love, feeling love for your human density, feeling love for your divine. And so if you feel like you are detached from like your human self and you're floating away all the time, or if you feel like you're detached from your divine self and you're like really just dense and heavy and like struggling to connect with the universe or God, you can also work with the heart chakra as well as whatever other chakra you want to try to bridge the two and get things flowing. And so again, trying to, if I'm having like a physical sensation here, a heartache, then I know that it's most likely about love. And I can use affirmations to tell myself that I'm worthy of love, that I love myself, that other people love me, listing off the flowers love me, anything, and like just looking around and telling myself that that those things love me, because love is infinite. Everything is made of love. Love is everywhere. It is an infinite, beautiful source. And so you can call in as much as you need and want. And it's interesting because I recognize that normally we all suffer from feeling depleted of love, like we don't have enough love. But it is an infinite, beautiful, powerful source, and you can have as much as you want. So sending your heart love, giving your heart presence. We love to give presence to all of our chakras and love to all of our chakras, and that's how we work with them. But to give your heart love and to send it love and presence is so beautiful and healing and just like a breath of fresh air. I'm like, I want to just send my heart a little bit of love. But yes. So if you feel a physical sensation there, that's when you know. Also, if you know you're having like struggles with love, you're feeling unworthy of love, you're feeling depleted, again, you can just sit with the heart chakra and send it love and watch, feel your emotions shift, your thoughts shift, your energy, your physical energy level shift. So yeah, that's a really beautiful way to work with it. And then our throat chakra, which is blue, turquoise, teal, whatever color you see the most is a blue. And our throat chakra is all about our self-expression, the way that we express ourselves into the world, which can be through creativity. A lot of people relate the throat chakra to creativity. So again, these are our divine chakras. So like, how cool is it to think that like our self-expression, bringing uniqueness into the world and being creative is literally divinity. Like the creator created. Therefore, the creator is creative. Therefore, creativity is creator energy. It is God, divinity, and divine energy. And so little side tangent, but I think that's a really beautiful thing. And so if we, again, like if we're indulging in habits that are numbing the throat chakra, you like think about like, am I also cutting myself off from self-expression, from speaking my truth, from letting myself be unique in the world, from being creative, truly creative for me and not for others? And if you're feeling that, a lot of people really feel like they have a block here and they struggle to share themselves with the world and speak their truth, speak their needs, which is so common. Like, you're not alone for sure. You can work with this chakra. So if you know you have those feelings, you can just sit here and send this chakra presence and love. And you don't have to do some big practice where you're like sitting and you have incense and all of these things and you're spending a bunch of time doing this. You can do this while driving, like just sending it. Maybe I shouldn't say while driving, but you can do it while doing the dishes. Like whenever you have a moment, you can make it a habit. If you feel like this is a huge problem in your life of self-expression, expressing your needs and yourself and your creativity, just keep it in your mind. And whenever you think to do it, just literally become present with the energy in your throat for a moment and send it love and gratitude. The way that I worked with my chakras for a while to get my energy really flowing and aligned, and then eventually that led to like a huge energy awakening in myself, was like every day in the morning I would just take a moment and I would literally, like, depending on however much time I felt like I had or wanted to give, I would just go through each chakra and send them, just sit with them in presence and just send them love. And that was huge. That was huge. It led to a huge energy awakening, me discovering my life purpose, finding the love of my life, all of these things. But so working with the throat chakra, you can, if you know you have those difficulties, you can send this love and gratitude. Also, if you feel a tightness, a ball in your throat, if you feel like it manifests a lot, you get a sore throat a lot, you feel like you have a lump in your throat, it can literally be your energy system. Your energy, a lot of times we categorize and we use language to like separate things. We're like, this is energy, this is emotions, this is our physical body. But really, these are all the same thing. And so energy and emotions can manifest as a physical thing, like a stomach ache because you're carrying too many other people and you're trying to people please and you're trying to numb it with food, heartburn because you don't feel loved, you're not loving yourself, a lump in your throat because you're literally muting yourself. You don't feel like you can express yourself freely, and you're not letting yourself share your uniqueness with the world. So yeah, if you feel a physical sensation here, that's also a good note to be sending this love and presence. And then our third eye is a incredible chakra to work with. Most people's is blocked. I genuinely believe that everybody has psychic abilities. Everybody has these divine spiritual abilities, and we have grown for thousands of years telling ourselves that that's not a thing, shaming ourselves, calling people weird and woo-woo and all these things for having these things, to the point that we have just like blocked, or like almost like born with them blocked. I don't actually believe that, but ancestral trauma does exist. And so if you want to tap more into your divinity, see things, tap into spirit, know things more, feel more guided, feel more aligned with your intuition, serendipities, you can work with the third eye chakra. And so again, looking at one of our two routes of like how to work with it. Do I feel a physical sensation there, or am I recognizing the themes and topics that are related to this chakra that are present in my life? And then how I can heal both of those is sending this love and gratitude. So if I'm having a lot of headaches, like burning sinus issues, sitting and sending the third eye love and gratitude and presence, and just like imagining any walls or borders or stiffness that you've created around it just like melting away and just shifting away. And if it's like literal physical walls, energy walls that are breaking away, like give them into the core of the earth. Let Pachamama, let Mother Earth recycle them for you. Flow that energy. Focus on literally imagining this energy flowing in your mind, in your third eye. And if you feel like you are struggling to connect with the universe, like the universe is trying to get your attention, but you don't know what is happening, or you want to strengthen your psychic abilities, you want to be more connected to divinity, to understand your life purpose or your path, this is also a fantastic chakra to work with. Oh, and this chakra is purple. Forgive me if I haven't said that yet. So you can imagine a purple light, get purple crystals, get lavender or purple essential oil, or whatever essential oil you feel like is connected with your third eye. Also just literally just giving it presence, just sitting with it and sending your attention there and sending it love can, really enhance your third eye chakra, which is a lot of fun to work with. And then our crown chakra, a lot of people see it as white. A lot of people use the imagery of the lotus here too. And what the crown chakra is it's right at the top of our head, and it's literally our connection to the universe. It's like information and universal light and energy comes in through our crown chakra and goes down into our body and then out through our root chakra and grounds us into the earth. And so the crown chakra is all about messages from the universe, which then of course comes to your third eye chakra, which you're able to see and visualize and understand and decipher those messages. And so if you feel like you're not connected to the universe, you feel like you're not getting information from the universe, you're not letting light and love in, you're not letting divinity and guidance in, you might have a block here. And you can work with just again, sending it presence, sending your attention to it and just sitting with it, sending it love. What I like to do is literally use my hands again and open it, physically open it. Imagine a lotus flower opening. Imagine my crown, a literal physical king and queen crown, opening and being on my head to let this beautiful divine message and energy and assistance and love and light in. If you're having physical sensations up here, pains, heaviness here, you're feeling cloudy of the mind, that can be a sign that you need to work with the crown chakra too. And so that is kind of a run through of each chakra and how to work with each one. And then also, because what is actually happening is that each chakra is like a circle of energy, and then there's a bridge, a flowing from one chakra to the next, and one chakra to the next, and to the next, and to the next. So another thing that I really love to do is I love to sit with my chakra system as a whole. And I will imagine the energy flowing up and down and up and down. And maybe I'll just imagine it flowing through my body. And then sometimes I'll imagining it going out for the crown and into the universe and down into me and into the earth and back into me. So then it's like, sometimes I just cycle it in my body, and sometimes I cycle it in my body and I bring light from the universe and I connect to the earth too, and I cycle it that way. And so once we're getting these energy systems flowing as a whole, poof, it is wild. You feel physically healthier, you feel more aligned, you can discover your life purpose, have energy awakenings, find love, be more grounded, feel more safe, feel less stress, manifest what you want, see things, have psychic abilities. All of this can open up to you and will open up to you the more you work with your chakras. And also, just a side note too, is that if you have one chakra blocked, like if I'm blocked in my throat chakra, then I am keeping this energy circling here, and I'm keeping this energy circling here. I need to unblock this chakra to let everything flow together. And so just a thought, there's no pressure, there's no timeline that you need to do this. There's no like, oh no, mine are blocked. Like, so many people's are blocked. And we go through different phases in our life where maybe when we're younger, our intuition or psychic abilities are blocked. That probably doesn't actually what happens, but you get it. Just example. And then maybe later in life, we block our self-expression. And then later in life, we have a wound from love and we block our heart chakra. And so it's like we can kind of, when we're unaware and unconscious of these energy systems and of these different parts of our lives that crave to be balanced and looked at, we can block different parts and then therefore stop the flow of the energy through our whole body and feel tired and depleted and disconnected and confused. So just keeping an eye on this throughout your life of like, are these different parts of you balanced? And if they're not, that's totally beautiful. It's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Just sending presence and love and putting your intention in that spot and imagining it flowing and working with trying to express yourself or working with that chakra and whatever its topic and theme is. And yeah, just enjoy and experience the like mind-blowing effects of that on your whole being. So thank you very much for hanging out with me for a while. I always love people stopping by and watching these videos. I do them totally for the viewers, to share knowledge that I have gained through traveling the world and as an intuitive psychic medium. And so I hope you resonate. If not, let me know your feedback in the comments below. Let me know any questions you have, concerns, any guidance you're looking for. And yeah, if you have any tips or tricks for the chakras system and working with them, strengthening them, flowing them, please add them in the comments below. And much love and gratitude.